Archaeologists have found something very strange under the walls that Nehemiah built. They found 2 buried dogs. Hey, welcome back to our pathway. We're excited about the things that we're learning with these different characters that we've been studying as we've been taking this journey together. And we're coming back to the story of Nehemiah. We'll be looking at Nehemiah 2, and it's one of my favorite passages because we see how it is that God's going to be using Nehemiah to lead the people of Israel to rebuild the walls there in Jerusalem. And let me just remind you, it was a good work that God was asking them to do. And there in Nehemiah 2, in verse number 18, we can see at the end of it, it says, "And they said, 'Let us rise up and build.' And here's what the people did. It says, 'So they strengthened their hands for this good work.'" Let me just remind you that we are doing a good work for God. But here, let's come back to this story, because thinking about those 2 dogs that were buried, I know you're wondering, what in the world? Why does that even matter? You think about Jewish customs and laws. The Jewish people didn't even like dogs. And they wouldn't even bury dogs, but there was a certain people who would have buried dogs, and those would have been the Persians. We think about Nehemiah. He's coming from a Persian culture, and the people who came back to the city of Jerusalem, there was a remnant, but a large number of the people who were living in Jerusalem at this point in time had come back from where? From captivity from Persia back to Israel. And so because of that, it's possible, we can't guarantee it yet, but think about this, it may be possible that these buried dogs may have been Nehemiah's personal dogs. It was not unusual for the Persians to have guard dogs and hunting dogs to be with them, because it was very, very common over in Persia. And so to have dogs around this time was very, very normal. And the Persians were notable in burying their dogs. And so when it came to the Persian customs, maybe Nehemiah had his dogs buried under the walls. We can see that archaeologically, that there was this edifice, a rock edifice, that archaeologists actually needed to remove. And as they realized that it was on an unstable area, they were able to dig a little bit farther down. And that's where they found these 2 buried dogs. Underneath of that, they also found some Persian pottery with a Persian seal with a name that referenced the name of the people of Judah using some Persian words. So we think about this foundation, and let's think about what was going on in that time. The Persian community, the people, the Israelites coming from Persia, rebuilding this society in Jerusalem. And for you and for me, we know this too, that in our lives, as we share the gospel of Jesus Christ with others, that they are building their lives upon some different foundations. They have a lot that's in their past, in their history. Here in America, most people are American, red, white, and blue, right? But we also have a melting pot in America, and we have missionaries around the world who are sharing the gospel. And wherever we go, we are doing the good work of building people's lives on the foundation of Jesus Christ. And so we think about this story of Nehemiah. We learn about 2 dogs that were buried. But it's also a reminder to us in our lives that as we build our lives on Jesus Christ, that we bring along with us into our lives some of the foundation, the background, the baggage even of some of the things in our lives, but Jesus Christ is doing a great work. So let's do this great work for Jesus, and let's rise up and build lives for Jesus Christ.